Hey, road warriors! Welcome back to the All Roads channel, where we take you on wild adventures, epic journeys, and occasionally stumble into nature's most ridiculous moments. Today, we're talking bears. Yep, those fuzzy, lumbering giants of the wild. No, not the bears who've been shorting Tesla stock, hoping Elon's next tweet sends it crashing. We mean the real deal, North America's finest furballs. Buckle up, because we're heading from Minnesota's boundary waters all the way up to the icy north, meeting every bear along the way, with a little humor and a lot of please don't eat me vibes. Let's roll. North American bears. A hairy adventure from Minnesota to the Arctic. Picture this. I'm canoeing through Minnesota's boundary waters, paddle in hand, granola bar in mouth, feeling like the king of the wilderness. The sun's setting, the loons are calling, and life is good. Until I hear a rustle. Not the, oh, it's just a squirrel rustle. No, this is the something big is about to ruin your day rustle. I turn around, and there it is. A black bear, eyeballing my granola bar like I owe it rent. Welcome to my first bear encounter, folks, where I learned that North America's bears are as diverse as they are determined to snack on your lunch. Let's start with the black bear, Ursus americanus, the most common bear you'll meet in North America. These guys are everywhere. Over 800,000 of them roam forests from Canada to Mexico. My Minnesota buddy was probably one of the smaller ones, topping out at maybe 300 pounds, but don't let that fool you. Black bears can hit 600 pounds if they've had a good buffet season. Fun fact, their color's a lie. They come in black, brown, cinnamon, and even blonde, like they're auditioning for a bear hair salon. They're omnivores with a nose 100 times better than ours, which explains why mine locked onto my granola bar from a mile away. Safety tip? Hang your food high in a tree, or they'll turn your campsite into an all-you-can-eat special. I yelled, waved my arms, and it bolted. Turns out black bears are more flight than fight, unless you're between a mom and her cubs. Then you're toast. Next up, let's cruise west to meet the grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis. Because horribilis sounds like a party, right? These bad boys live in places like Montana, Wyoming, and Alaska, with about 55,000 left in North America. Grizzlies are the jacked-up cousins of black bears, weighing 400 to 1,500 pounds, with a hump on their shoulders that screams, "I lift, bro." They've got claws like steak knives and can run 35 miles an hour, faster than me sprinting from that black bear. Interesting tidbit. Grizzlies love salmon so much they'll stand in rivers like furry fishermen, but they'll also eat berries, roots, and the occasional hiker's cooler if you're dumb enough to leave it out. Safety 101. Carry bear spray, make noise while hiking, I sing off-key Metallica, and never run. They think you're prey. I once saw a grizzly in Yellowstone from a safe distance, and let me tell you, it's like staring at a furry tank with attitude.
Now, let's head to the coastal rainforests of British Columbia and Alaska for the brown bear, specifically the Kodiak bear, a subspecies so big it makes grizzlies look like teddy bears. Kodiaks can tip the scales at 1,500 pounds and stand 10 feet tall on their hind legs, basically a walking nope for anyone without a plan. They're technically the same species as grizzlies, Ursus arctos. But island life and a salmon-rich diet turned them into absolute units. Fun fact, a Kodiak bear's paw is the size of a dinner plate, perfect for swatting fish or, your face if you get too close. They're less grumpy than grizzlies, though, probably because they've got all-you-can-eat seafood. Safety move? Same as grizzlies. Bear spray, noise, and prey. They're too full to care. I've never met one up close, and I'm cool with that. Finally, we're hauling it way north, past the tree line, past sanity, to the Arctic Circle, where the polar bear, Ursus maritimus, reigns supreme. I'm on a trip to Churchill, Manitoba, the polar bear capital of the world, bundled up like a human burrito, when I spot one through binoculars. White as snow. Well, technically their fur's translucent, reflecting light. Science. This guy's waddling across the ice, all 1,200 pounds of him. Polar bears are the largest land carnivores on Earth, with males stretching 10 feet long and females still clocking in at 600 pounds. They're built for the cold. 4 inches of blubber, hollow fur for insulation, and a nose that can smell a seal 20 miles away. Unlike their omnivore cousins, these bears are hardcore meat eaters. Seals are their jam, but they'll eyeball anything with a pulse. Safety here is no joke. Travel with a guide, carry a rifle if you're trained, and never camp without an electric fence. My polar bear just stared at me, probably thinking, too skinny, not worth the effort. Lucky break. So, from the snack-stealing black bear in Minnesota to the seal-crushing polar bear up north, North America's bears are a wild bunch. Black bears climb trees like pros. Don't try to follow them up there. Grizzlies can dig dens big enough for a bear bachelor pad. Kodiaks rule the coast like furry kings. And polar bears swim 60 miles without breaking a sweat. They're all tough, but they're not invincible. Habitat loss and climate change are hitting them hard, especially the polar bears losing their ice. Me? I'll keep my distance, sing my terrible hiking songs, and maybe invest in a bear-proof cooler. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that bears don't mess around. But neither does nature's sense of humor. And there you have it, road trippers, North America's bears, from the granola thieves of the Boundary Waters to the ice kings of the Arctic. We've laughed, we've learned, and we've stayed just far enough away to keep all our limbs. What's your favorite bear story? Drop it in the comments. Hit that like button if you'd rather meet a bear than a Tesla short seller. And subscribe for more adventures on the All Roads channel. Until next time, keep exploring, stay safe, and maybe don't leave your snacks unattended. See you on the road.